What's going on, everybody, man? It's your boy King DV, and I'm with my co-host Smitty. What's going on, bro?
Man, it's love, man.
Time for A.J. Brown. Michael Carter II.
They don't know Jalen Hurts like we know Jalen Hurts.
They was hanging on to Jalen Hurts.
Until next time, man, y'all know.
What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? We back. Nah, I mean, hey, man, it's been a good week, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. So look, man. So, hey, Stu, I want to get into something real quick. So, Stephon Diggs. I'm muted. Me? You can't hear me? You can't hear me, Stu? All right, you can hear me now, Stu? All right, cool. Look, I want to get into something, man. So look, we're gonna address this first, you know what I'm saying, before we get into talk about Reed Blankenship and what I see Howie Roseman doing. You feel me? So I'm gonna look at it like this. This the situation for me, right? We're not gonna disrespect Reddick, man. It just can't happen. To put he was chasing sacks on that man's name is not what we're gonna do, man. As Philadelphia Eagles media, as content creators, we can't go out like this, man. We cannot put that on Hassan Reddick. When you tell somebody they are chasing sacks, you are saying this man neglected his responsibilities as a DN in run protection, run support, or pass support, whatever he's supposed to do for the man next to him. He abandoned him on an island, and he went for sacks. He abandoned ship. To put that on Hassan Reddick is nasty work, bro. To put that on Hassan Reddick is nasty work. That is something nobody as a DN wants on their name, bro. Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to talk about being a sack chaser. Essentially a stat pattern. You are doing things out of your way to get what you need to do to put on your stats, bro. That means a lot when it comes to integrity as a NFL superstar. Hassan Reddick was nothing but good to the Philadelphia Eagles for 2 years. Did he ask for money? Yes. Is it wrong for him to ask? No. He felt he deserved the money he asked for, and I hope he gets paid for it. But for somebody in Philadelphia Eagles media to come out and say he was sack chasing, is ridiculous. And we're not going to do that, man. We can't do that. We can't do that. Every player that leave here, we can't put out a bad narrative about them because they no longer in Philly. Listen, I'm a diehard fan. I love my team to death. There's nothing I won't do for this team, bro. Nothing, no limits I won't go to for this team, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I love them, bro. I'm going to put everything behind it. You know what I'm saying? I got my family behind it. We all in. But at the end of the day, when somebody leave, I don't need to talk negatively about them because they're no longer a Philadelphia Eagle, because that doesn't affect what that man is as a player. He came here, he put it on the line, he put it out there every play. And we ain't gonna say he's sack chasing, man. But Stu, when you say a person is sack chasing, that means he abandoning his assignment. He doing things like, oh, you supposed to go outside, or I'm going inside because I think it's weak inside. I'm going to get the sack. I'm gonna leave you outside. Like things like that. Come on, man. That man wasn't doing that, bro. That man wasn't doing that. And I ain't gonna let Philadelphia media get me caught up in the narrative that he was. It ain't happen. But they always hating, Elena. They always hating. They are hating. They are hating. I ain't gonna even do them like that. I'm gonna just move on. But so yesterday, Monday night, me and Cool Cat, we was kind of talking about the Reed Blankenship extension, man. And I really didn't want to give my perspective too much because I was kind of thinking maybe, okay, I'm gonna sleep on it. Okay, I slept on it for 2 nights, you know what I'm saying? And I'm in a situation where I don't know if he earned the extension in my eyes. If how we paid him is nothing I could do about it, right? It's nothing I can say or do that changes what's going on. But to me, what's good, Aaron? I just don't know if he. Hey, Aaron, I ain't give you no wrench yet. Hold on, bro. Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. Let me get you this wrench, dog. You always here, man. My bad. My fault, folks. I just don't know if he earned the extension, but I understand why he was given the extension, why he was in the need of an extension. With that being said, man, I think it could have waited. It could have waited. But congratulations to Reed Blankenship. You know what I'm saying? If he turns out to be better this year and better next year, he's under a 2-year contract. You know what I'm saying? It's not much money. It's not much. So, you know what I'm saying? He has played. But I just think what you've seen from him, what he got paid for, is a small sample size to pay somebody. You know what I mean? To lock in. But he here at this point. No. Yeah. All right, cool. I just don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I understand what Howie was trying to do. He's trying to move in a manner where you got guys locked up for the foreseeable future. So you're not running into the situation where you're having to address unnecessary positions every year in, year out, right? So we had a good point right now where I think I want to know what y'all opinion is on where y'all think he can move next. You know, what's the next necessary move you think the Philadelphia Eagles need to make? Yeah, I just don't know, man. I just don't know. But like I just want to know where y'all think we should go next. I'm looking at a couple of situations, right? You know, y'all know I'm not a James Bradbury enthusiast, so he's obviously on the list of people that I don't mind moving off of and kind of moving forward without. But people have said he's possibly going to be a part of the Philadelphia Eagles in the foreseeable future. So I just want to know if anybody else, think there's another necessary position we need to go to other than cornerback and linebacker, and why. You know what I'm saying? Because I seen something too. I want to ask y'all opinion on this before we move. We ain't gonna move nowhere, to be honest. But somebody said with the Stephon Diggs trade, right? It could open up the possibility for us to maybe make a small trade to the Texans for John Mechie III as wide receiver 3. He's 23 years old. He basically coming off of his second season in the NFL. Should be third season, but the first season, everybody know he had leukemia. But he's fully healthy now, and he's kind of deep in the depth chart now that they have added another receiver. Um, I think that would be a nice call, man. I would see John Mechie being in this offense and being able to get back to what he does best, right? He'll be able to get schemed wide open by Kellen Moore. He'll be able to be with some guys that can influence him to play good ball. You know, we've seen it. People want to say I'm crazy when I say it, but that natural chemistry with your brother, you just can't you just can't replicate that anywhere. You just can't find that anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've seen it right here in Philadelphia. AJ Brown was not the same receiver in Tennessee that he has been for the Philadelphia Eagles. He just hasn't. He just wasn't that guy. You know what I'm saying? He had all the same abilities, but it unlocked when you put him with somebody that he had natural camaraderie with, natural friendship, something that's natural chemistry. You know what I'm saying? He just immediately, boom. And I think, going and pick him up and bring him in is something that might could elevate Mechie game. He in a place right now where he like it's almost the Carson Wentz effect, right? Like we seen Carson Wentz melt down, but it was because like a lot of situations where we left we left somebody behind him, right? We put a lot of pressure on him with Foles sitting on the bench, right? A lot of that thinking in the back of his head. And I could be wrong. It could not have happened, but this is how I seen it happen. We left him, then boom, we trade him, and Carson Wentz is, not coming off the best season. And we draft Jalen Hurts in the second round. And then he proceeds to have the worst season he has had. That, to my opinion, that I think I've seen Carson Wentz have. He went on to have the worst season in the NFL that I've seen him have. And then we made a decision to move off of Doug Peterson and all that, right? And then but it's like we haven't seen Carson Wentz cook it back yet because he hasn't found that relationship he had with his teammates in 2017 because he has mentally locked out, right? Mechie might need a restate because now you brought in Stephon Diggs. You already had Nico Collins. You already had Tank Dell. You already had Dalton Schultz. He was already deep in the depth chart. You added Joe Mixon. He became a lesser option. I think we could call them and possibly get John Mechie for a little bit of nothing. Probably a fifth round, fourth or fifth round. I don't think they'll be asking for too much. We probably can give them some compensation for next year because if it looks like the talent in the 2024 draft is looked at to be very, very high on the list, right? Oh, appreciate you, Hurts. Noah Brown is on the same team too. He ahead on the depth chart. So now you're like 7th or 8th on the depth. Come on, man. I think Mechie would be a nice pick. He get to come in 23. He get to come back and be with two of his brothers on the same, well, 3, because Landon Dickerson too. He get to come be with some guys that can bring him in. I'm pretty sure if he cool with Devontae and AJ and Jalen, they're gonna all mesh together. And I would love to see that, man. I think it's a nice option for us. And then for me, that takes wide receiver 3 off the board in the draft. Now we move on. Now I see, I'm looking at the chat, right? So somebody say trenches. Elena, when you say trenches, do you mean offensive or defensive trenches? I mean, obviously we probably need both, but how far down the depth chart would be? Yeah, AJ. I think he's in front of Stu. To be honest, right? I think if Mechie come in, he's in competition with Campbell for wide receiver 3, but I think he's in front of Devontae Parker. I think Devontae Parker came here for a specific role. He's coming to pretty much be the big receiver type guy. He's not really coming here to get a lot of snaps. So I wouldn't worry about Parker. Running back 2. You got anybody in mind, Doomsday? Running back 2? I obviously want running back 2 too, because after seeing that Kenny Gainwell, I don't think it's gonna work well. Okay, so Elena say defensive trenches. I think DN is a little bit higher on the priority board than people really want to make it. You know what I'm saying? I think it's now time to kind of look at it a little bit different, right? So you only have Nolan Smith, Brandon Graham, Josh Sweat, Bryce Huff, Patrick Johnson, who we really don't even know what he has in the tank. So you only really got a 4-man rotation. And basically Howie Roseman said he wants a deep rotation at the end. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of why we moved. So, yeah, that training tape from Kenny Gainwell, Lord Jesus. Listen, I'm about ready to go on Twitter and block anything with Kenny Gainwell name in it. I don't even want nobody to show me no Kenny Gainwell because I just can't do it. I just can't do it. And everybody keep telling me as long as Nick Sirianni here, he got a role on the team. I don't see what the role is. The role is to what? Neglect being a running back to I don't even know what you do out there. Like you're not great. Like people want to say you're a pass blocker, but I can right now give y'all a 12-minute video of him getting blowed up on blitz plays. Like, he's not a great pass blocker. You're not great at running the ball. Your best running ability is when we give it to you on the draw. Like, that's your ability because you're short. So when the defensive line, the offensive line are in contact, you're so short, you just mix in, but you really don't do anything on the field. Like, you're really not benefiting. You're not giving any benefit to the Eagles for you being here. So when you're at that point, for me, I think you move to you got to move to running back 3. Somebody that ain't looked to get a lot of playing time, that ain't got a role. I think running back 2 is a very important position in your running back room. I think you need that. What's up, Jen? How you doing? Appreciate the $5 super chat, girl. Look, you gotta really like be locked in, man, because running back 2 is a key role, right? You in, and then you kind of like, you really need to be ready to play because running back 2 get a lot of burn. He get a lot of burn. It might not seem like it, but those 30 or 25, 30 snaps you get, those sometimes are some pivotal snaps. Sometimes they come in the most crucial moments, right? You throw these guys in and you figuring it out, you doing it, you know what I'm saying? So, like, he got to be prepared. And I don't think Kenny Gainwell has showed us that he can be prepared in the moment. In the moments, like, somebody told me playoff Kenny, right? And I'm like, okay, other than the Giants game, what did he do in the playoffs? In the Giants game, we smashed him. There was nobody that did. Miles Sanders got off. Jay Hurts got off. Kenny Gainwell got off. But when we needed you in the most crucial game, you disappeared. You vanished. And then when you had the opportunity to fight for running back 1 in the offseason versus Swift versus Rashad Penny, you came up short. So where is the situation where I need to put you on the field? You haven't shown me you're a running back 2. You're a running back 3. And somebody else told me that last year, and I kind of told them they was wrong, but they might have been right. You know what I mean? They might have been right. I thought Kenny Gainwell had a little bit more juice in the tank to get a couple things done, but he didn't get it done. So, I would like to go get a couple running backs, but Braylon Allen is probably my running back I would like to get. You know what I'm saying? He's 6'3", 200-something pounds. Yeah, Dooms. Braylon Allen is my guy. He very high on my list. I think if we somehow get a pick in the 3rd round, Doomsday, I think Braylon Allen will be sitting right there, primed and ready. I don't think Howie Roseman will go get running back 2 anywhere in the first 2 rounds. But I'm kind of optimistic that he'll do it in the 3rd, but I know I'm hoping and wishing. I would like to see Braylon Allen. I wouldn't mind if you can get a guy like I don't know. I think Blake Corum gonna be more 2nd round. It's a few running backs out there though. Braylon Allen is like my best running back though. I like him a lot, man. And dude, fast. Like, we got a few opportunities, man. But I like the Mechie. Take wide receiver 3 off the board. I like the D-line pick because I think we need a young defensive end. I think we need to bring in a guy. And I don't necessarily say it got to be 1st or 2nd round, but I think we necessarily need to bring in a guy who can be in a rotation, who's probably been in college inside of a rotation. He's been playing a lot of snaps behind other guys getting it together because if you put another guy in this rotation, he works out. Now, we all are on the side of questions because we don't know who's going to work out in this situation. We don't know if Nolan Smith is going to be the guy, Bryce Huff, if Josh Sweat can carry the load. I mean, yeah, that's what I was saying, Atlanta. We're gonna have to. I'm hoping Howie Roseman, he usually won't wait that long because 53 to 120 is a lot of capital in between them, man. And I don't think Howie Roseman gonna let that many picks really slide by. You know what I'm saying? I still don't understand the Kenny. That's why when people like, why you upset with the Kenny Pickett move, Smitty? Like, why you don't like it? Like, I just don't understand why we gave up a 3rd round pick when we didn't have that many picks in the beginning. We didn't have that many picks to start with. We started with a low amount of picks. We started with you know what I'm saying, what, 97 to 160, and then you just like moved out of that spot. Like I didn't understand why we gave up a 3rd round pick when you just had Stephon Diggs, who's way more talented than Kenny Pickett, go for a 2nd round pick, and they gave up a 6th and a. Come on, man. I just don't understand how we, the Philadelphia Eagles, gave up a 3rd round pick for Kenny Pickett. I don't get it. Kenny Pickett, to me, his capital was like a 5th or a 6th rounder. And we gave up a 3rd. We gave up a 3rd. I feel finessed because we gave up a 3rd. And then we let Hassan Reddick go for a 2026 2nd. 3rd, 2nd, 3rd, but I think he's going to be a 2nd because Hassan Reddick plays snaps. Hey, man, shout out to the 31 people here with us tonight, man. I think it's 10 people on YouTube, 21 people on Twitter. Hey, man, if you're on the Twitter side and you haven't subscribed, switch over to the YouTube side, man. Subscribe. Leave a comment, man. Let me know you're here. Hit that like button. Appreciate all y'all. Yeah, like I just don't get it. Like Kenny Pickett for a 3rd when you see what's going on out here. Like when you obviously see how the capital is moving in this market, right? You see all the small trinkets of what's going on. You see what people are giving up for certain commodities, and then you go out and give up a 3rd for Kenny Pickett. I just don't understand the move. Like I just don't understand the move. Like I just didn't get it. We got 2 seconds, and they gave up we got 2 seconds, a 3rd. We had 1 first, 2 seconds, a 3rd, a 4th, 2 fifths, I think. But everything gone. Like I don't understand how we had 3 3rd round compensatory picks and we don't have 1. All of them have been moved. I feel like we gave up more draft capital than we gained, and I don't think any of the draft capital is gonna help this team that's in. I think should be win now. But somebody asked me a question earlier, right? And it kind of had me thinking, and they were like, what did the Eagles really do to fix the weaknesses? And I was kind of upset, like, to be honest, at first about the Saquon Barkley move. I was like, hey man, that money could have been. But when you really look at the cap breakdowns, and then you look at what we really got left, we got $32 million left. Which is signings of your free agents and things of that nature, you need about $10 million, right? So that leaves us with about 22. I just don't know if Justin Simmons is on the board. I don't know that. I don't know if they're looking into a guy like Justin Simmons because he's 30. He's 30. He wants a high contract, and with the Hassan Reddick move, I just don't think it's possible. Like I hear a lot of people like clamoring for bringing him here, but just look at what we just did. We just gave up a dude that wanted money outside of what Howie Roseman thought the market was, and we moved on from him, and he gave us 2 years of basically all pro / Pro Bowl performances. We just let him go. We just let him walk out the door for a couple millions of difference, right? And with that being said, it's like, yeah, appreciate you, bro. Yeah, hit that like button. Hit that like button, man. We got 13 people on the YouTube side, but we only got 3 likes. But hit that like button, man. Continue hitting that like button. You know what I'm saying? We here, man. We riding out. I'm here for another, man. I'm here to just chill, man. I'm just trying to see what the Philadelphia Eagles got going on because it just confusing to me, man, at this point. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, Hurts, man. Tell him, man. Hey, man, if y'all are on the YouTube side, my boy Hurts, you know what I'm saying? He said, y'all need to slide over here on the YouTube side from the Twitter side. You know what I'm saying? Come in here and congregate with the people, man. We got a chance to get it right, man. You know what I'm saying? We got a chance to hang out and, you know what I'm saying, get it right together. We can combine as a fan base and hang out on this mud, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking. 22 million and still have a lot of fixed. We made some flashy moves, but def have to hope they work. Ash, but look, this is my key, right? That third round pick is like key to what you could have done in executing what's coming on. Like, I don't really know what Tyler Steen position is right now, right? I don't know what N'Kobe Dean at on the list. I got questions about the D line now. I got questions about Bradbury, obviously. Questions about Reed Blankenship. Obviously, we know the linebacker core is question marks all over the place. I don't see where Howie Roseman made moves to make the team better, unless this the part that gets me. Unless the defensive coaches that have come in, the position coaches have something they know about these specific players that we have brought in, then I don't see it. But it was rumored early that Devin White could possibly be a part of the Eagles, right? And I heard it months before it happened, like, weeks before it happened, when we started signing defensive coaches, position coaches on the defensive end. And they said, like, one of the coaches we signed was very close with Devin White, right? And I'm like, oh, man. Boom. Then I started hearing, like, reports that Devin White, linked to the Eagles. And I told somebody on Twitter, I was like, that's a Howie Roseman type move, because it's low risk, high reward. So he's not going to pay him a lot of money. And then if he works out, boom, you got a Pro Bowl talent at a low cap hit. What I'm confused about is, how is that the only, like, top talent you brought in other than Saquon? You didn't really bring in any offensive line help. I don't trust Matt Hennessy. CJ was a good move, because we need some type of aggression on the defensive end of the ball, even in the secondary. No matter how it works, we needed some type of get up. But I'm looking at the situation, right, and I'm like, we still needed so many things, and for not necessarily to be selfish, but for you to let Hassan Reddick to kind of leave out, and kind of not, because from my understanding, Ash, if we was to extend Reddick, right, we would have received $11 million in cap space. But trading him didn't give us any cap relief until next year. So I don't understand why you would trade him if you know the situation you was in, how many pieces you need to fill at $22 million. I mean, yes, Howie can make some things happen because he knows how to move it, but you got to stop with the kicking the can down the road, because that can is going to get caught somewhere and it's going to pile up. And every can you keep kicking down the road, it's going to pile up. And then we're going to be in a world of trouble. We're going to be looking like the Chargers and trying to figure things out. I just need the situation to be better. I think Howie Roseman has uncharacteristically got finessed in this 2024 offseason. I mean, say what you want. The cap hits are cool, right? But the can is down the road. And like I told you, the can is piling up. So there's going to be a few guys that's going to break the bank. And now you got to pay Devontae. So we had a situation where, what we going to do now? Like, we got to make some things happen, man. We got to make some things shape. If Stoutland is cool with Tyler Steen or whoever coming in playing right guard, I'm going to be cool with that. I don't have any questions about what Jeff Stoutland is going to put out there as far as product. He hasn't necessarily ever put out any bad product since he's been in the NFL, and since he's pretty much been coaching the offensive line side of the ball. He's been pretty consistent. So whoever he puts out there on the Philadelphia Eagles O-line to start the 2024-2025 season, I'm going to watch to see, but I'm not going to complain too much because he knows starters. And if you ever pay attention, when Jeff Stoutland get a sour apple, he doesn't mind pulling them and putting somebody else in and figuring out what works better, because we've had years where we had a mixture of combination of offensive linemen, because certain guys just didn't work out or certain guys couldn't stay healthy. And then when certain guys got hurt, another guy step in, plays well. Stoutland don't mind leaving them in either. Like, people fail to realize that Landon Dickerson was drafted to the Philadelphia Eagles to be Kelsey's replacement. He's playing left guard, and he just got paid top money. So I was in fear of that at one point. You know what I'm saying? For what Cam Jurgens coming in and playing right guard last year, I didn't want him to over exceed, because not in the fact of being selfish, but I know what happens when you over exceed. So my question, to be honest, Jigga, what's happening, bro? My question, to be honest with y'all, are we possibly gonna leave Jurgens at right guard and go get a center? Cause that's kind of how I feel, like low key, like I want to say Jurgens is moving over, right? But we gotta look at the both sides of it, right? What's good, awesomeness? Oh yeah, awesomeness. Hold on, pause, y'all. I'm gonna come back to what I was talking about. Awesomeness. I seen your lovely video about the Philadelphia Eagles. I commented. I just wanted you to share with the people how you feel about the Philadelphia Eagles. If y'all haven't, you know what I'm saying, show Awesomeness some love, man. Awesomeness Sports on YouTube. She has a nice video about the Philadelphia Eagles. It's a two-parter so far. I don't know how many parts we're gonna get, but it's two parts. And she tells us how much she loves the Philadelphia Eagles and the organization, and how much it changed her life as a Commanders fan. You know what I'm saying? How much we influenced her to be a better content creator, because we're such a great team. You know what I'm saying? So, I listened to the video. She tagged me in it so nice and politely. So I went over there and listened to the video. It's so nice. But she was talking about our you know what I'm saying, our lonely Super Bowl, our one and only Super Bowl. So I just, I just wanted to be, understood that anybody that hasn't gotten a Super Bowl in the 2000s, you just as bad as I was before 2017. You are on a drought, and you might not see one. If you haven't seen one yet, you might not see one in the rest of your existence. So, I'm gonna just keep it at that. Awesomeness, but the supporters should come. Y'all type it in, Awesomeness Sports, on YouTube. Y'all tap in with Awesomeness and watch her video about the Philadelphia Eagles. Man, it's a nice video. It's not very long. It only take a few minutes of your time. Leave her a nice comment. Yeah, man, y'all show some love. Hit the like button too. Don't hit the thumbs down. Hit the like button for Awesomeness. Hey, Jigga, what you been doing, man? See. I see it's going on. Jigga, what you got going on, man? See. Yeah, Ash, look, she left some nice, nice videos for us. But now it's time to get back to business. She didn't even comment back. See, I was being nice. I'm sending people over there to, give us some views. You know what I'm saying? Give us some interactions. That's what she wanted. You posted the video for interactions from the Eagles. We're gonna send some people over there to holler at you. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing but love, man. Y'all go see it, man. But all right. So in the draft, man, I'm wavering on this first round pick. I just don't know where we should go. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place right now, because I want to say, yeah, man, we gotta send him over there, man. Send him over there. Let him go see the video, man. Man, hey, look, I almost reposted it on Twitter for it, but I ain't want too much negativity, man. The Twitter side is crazy. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's necessary for us to address cornerback in that first round still, man. I think it's still gotta be cornerback. Like, I just don't see what value Bradbury brings to the Philadelphia Eagles, man. He is burnt toast. And I don't want to continue to talk about the man, but I've been kind of intrigued by Nate Wiggins. Like, so a lot of people been telling me that Isaiah Rodgers is going to play more outside than inside. I've been looking at the numbers. He has played more outside than inside. So I was kind of wrong when I was saying he possibly come in and play slot. So he might be the replacement for cornerback 2 at this moment, right? If he comes back, he performs well, through the camps, through the volunteers. He probably going to be at everything he can be. I'm wondering when this meeting's going to be with Roger Goodell to get reinstated into the NFL. That should be coming up soon. With that being said, right, I think Nate Wiggins at cornerback 3 slot, with that speed, with his height, you know what I'm saying, with his aggressiveness at the cornerback position, I think he could execute well in that role. Jigga, him at slot though, I think him at slot would be well. Like I think him at slot moving fast like that with them shifty guys, with the smaller guys, wide receiver threes. You got a guy like Ty Hill that we brought in that can give him a little bit of work. You know what I'm saying? Show him how to get in and out. If he's struggling, you got Ty Hill. I don't want to see Zach McPherson, but if I have to, we'll see what he got left. I think Nate Wiggins inside. I don't want to put Nick Wiggins outside, Jigga. I want to put him inside. I think him inside would be a nice fit. Ash, I like Cooper, right? But I just don't know what everybody see. And I'm trying to see it, right? I've been trying to like watch the film on it and try to see it. Like he is a phenomenal talent, right? But he has some like I hope not, Jigga. I hope not, Jigga. Actually, I'm gonna watch some more video though, but I just don't see what everybody see in Cooper. Like he's a phenomenal athlete, right? He's able to do some things in a few positions. He can play all over the field, but that's kind of why I'm scared to touch him, Ash, because he hasn't necessarily mastered anything. He hasn't necessarily been good at one thing, right? He's been able to do a multitude. So he's been like he's kind of like the dude from Michigan. Came out a few years ago, got drafted by I think the Giants, right? Dang, what's his name? I can't think of his name, but he got drafted by the Giants. But he played like a few positions, right? Like he played so many positions. Like linebacker, safety, corner, nickel corner. He played box and like he played so many positions. I just don't see like if I'm drafting him as a corner, like I'm like, okay, he has some abilities at corner, but I haven't seen enough snaps. Like he's had so many snaps at so many positions, it's hard to like identify if he can actually come in, play 17 games at corner, 17 at safety. He's like one of those guys where he comes in and he does exactly what you're asking CJGJ to do. You want him to play safety, a little bit of box, a little bit of basically boxes, linebackers now for safeties. You want him to play a little bit of high. You want him to play down on the line and blitz, like things of that nature. You already got CJ for that. He can play nickel. He can play in those positions. So I don't see it. Like I've been looking at it. If I had to, Jigga, I'm with you. I'm taking Mitchell. I was just intrigued by because Mitchell had jumped so far at the board, Jigga, for me. I think he done moved himself into somewhere in the early stages of, you know what I'm saying, maybe the top 17-ish range. I think he moved out of our range when he performed so well at the Senior Bowl, and then he went to the Combine and he killed it again, and then you know what I'm saying, Pro Day he murdered it. Now I think he's moving his way up the line. So I don't know if he's gonna be in the range of the fit. Now if he's sitting there at 22. You tell me that Quinyon Mitchell or Toledo is sitting, I'm taking him 100%. What's up, D Tyler? Nah, if you draft a guy in the first round, he should not be redshirted. He should be on the field. I ain't gonna say he necessarily need to get all the snaps, but he need to be high in rotation. He need to be playing. He needs to be an impact player. I don't think you need to draft a guy that you can't put on the field in the first year. That's kind of why I was upset. Like I liked it in Nolan Smith pick, but I thought it was a kind of a reach because I didn't know how many snaps he could get when we already had a decent rotation on the defensive line. But now I understand why he got drafted. He's in a situation now where in year 2, snap count going up. Jalen Carter, another dude, year 2, snap count finna go way up. Fletcher's gone. A lot of snaps out there for that at D tackle. I think we need to address that. I think D tackle need to be addressed because Tolopolotu don't move me at tackle. I'm sorry, he doesn't play good defensive tackle. That's why he don't get many snaps. Marlon is just not it. I think it's time to move off of Marlon T, to be honest. I've seen enough. I don't think he's going to be anything better than what he already is. I think he's taking up a roster spot, and I think we need to address D tackle. But I don't want a first round D tackle because just like my sis just said, Miss Ash, a D tackle in the first round, you need him to play a significant amount of minutes. And we already know where we're sitting at right now. Any D tackle coming in this room is not getting a significant amount of minutes over Jordan Davis, over Jalen Carter. They're not going to do it. It's not happening over Milton Williams. It shouldn't happen over Milton. For some reason, he keeps getting less snaps. Yeah, Ash, like it kind of upset me. And you know, like I be kind of sitting back and like, man, why we can't never have no nice things that just come out and boom, they hit. They off the running. Like we gotta wait 2 years and see him play, or they get thrown in, like Jalen Hurts with 4 games left with the season, don't matter no more. And then you almost get sabotaged as a starting quarterback because you get pulled out because your coach has decided to tank on national TV. It's things like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just things like that. But yeah, if I take a first rounder, I want to see him on the field. I would prefer, as everybody else, I'm in agreement with everybody in here right now. Quinyon Mitchell is my guy for cornerback. If I had the opportunity to pick who I wanted to at 22, for sure, I wouldn't pick anybody else. Jigga, that's kind of bad. It's kind of bad that we feel that way because I kind of feel that way too. Like Devontae Smith, maybe we're gonna say he or Jalen Hurts, we're gonna say that, you know what I'm saying? But that's very few. But if you look at it, O-line, D-line, we've had a few hits at linebacker, a few hits at safety. And I can't really name the last cornerback we really brought in and had him here for his full tenure. I can't even remember, to be honest. Yeah, Smitty was one of those ones where it was just like, oh, hey, we need a receiver. Because last year we drafted Jalen Rager. He cheeks. So we need to go get somebody. And they were like, who's out there? Hey, man, look. I would say this, Jigga. He probably was sitting there with 3 people on the board like, hey, if any one of these 3 fall to where we at or in our range, I'm willing to move because we need a receiver back. And I'm happy as hell we got Smitty, man. I hope sometime here soon we can go ahead and take care of him, get him off the board. I think that, to me, honestly, I think that should be the next move that Howie Roseman does because I think he needs to get paid, man. I think he deserves it. He done put in his hard work, man. He out there every Sunday. I think he missed 1 game in 3 years, and then he missed that game on the accounts of the training staff and the coaching staff being precautionary for him not to get hurt again. So, like, all right, hold on real quick. So I kind of forgot that I even had this video for y'all, man, but I did upload a little video for y'all. So, you know what I'm saying? With the new acquisition, man, shout out to Saquon. So yeah, man, Saquon in the city, man. He DJing. I think that's the second time he didn't DJ since he been in the city, man. Listen, I am ready for the season because he really tapping into the city. And guys that come here and they really accept Philadelphia for what it is, when they really come here and accept the city, they love the city. We love them back, man. And we gonna come out there every week, every Sunday, man. We gonna support. We gonna be there. And I think, to be honest, like, I really think it's gonna be something special with Saquon Barkley. I know people are gonna be like, "Oh, you obviously like him. He's Saquon Barkley. He coming to your team." I really think it's gonna be something special, bro. I really think it's gonna be something we haven't seen before. We haven't seen before. And I think Jalen Hurts is going to be rejuvenated. I think AJ Brown is going to be different. I think Devontae Smith is going to have a different swag. I think the whole team together. And I'm not just saying because we got Saquon Barkley. Don't get it twisted, right? I'm not tapping in that just because we got one guy, we're going to be. I'm just saying, though, he playing a Philly hit. He went to a Philly hit, Gene. You know what I'm saying? And that's enough for him to be buying into the city. But listen, like, he threw me all off. Yeah, Latu. I don't know about Latu. It's just like I think this. Okay, now I know where I'm at. All right, look, and I'm not just saying because we got one guy, right? Not just because we went and got Saquon Barkley. The swag is now different. No, you brought in guys, Saquon Barkley. You went and got, CJ, GJ. You know what I mean? You went and gathered some guys together who come with energy. They bring it from the heart. You know what I mean? Every time CJ step out there, no matter how you feel about his tackling, which is poor, he is going to shoulder tackle you to death, but he's going to shoulder tackle you with all the effort he has. And he going to talk crazy. He going to boost up his teammates. And Saquon Barkley is going to do the same, man. And every time he touch the ball and go for 9, you know what that do for your team, what it energizes in you. Like, I think him, Jalen, I think the swag behind that offensive line. I don't care right now who plays right guard because we're gonna have to figure that out when Jeff Stoutland put somebody there. But whoever plays that right guard spot, you're gonna understand your assignment because you got something behind you that's special. Everybody right now, right, is against us. It's us against the world, and I'm happy. Like, I'm really over here like, man, listen, if y'all really see what's going on and how things can play out, this could be a very deadly situation for everybody in the NFL. And they didn't want us to get in this predicament, right? They didn't want to see us succeed. They didn't want to see us with Saquon Barkley. They didn't want to see us with an AJ. They think our quarterback is whatever, right? And it makes me mad because I want to defend Jalen Hurts, but what can I do when my team played the way it did down the stretch, right? So all I can tell you is it can't get worse. It has to get better, right? It has to move forward. It has to get to one of those situations where you're going to have to accept what's going on because Jalen Hurts is coming. And we seen him today. He was working with Pep Hamilton. I like Pep, man. I like Pep. Pep has a lot of NFL experience. He's been at a few NFL organizations. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna list them all right here, but he's been in a few organizations. Marsh. Oh, I'm not down on Marshawn. I think he could. I think he could bring some effort, man. What are you talking about picking him up at Doomsday? That's the question. That's the question. Now, where are you gonna pick him up at? At what position are you picking him up? Hope I'm talking about the right dude, man. I think he went to Hey Doomsday, that's the guy from Western Michigan or Michigan State. Western Kentucky. Tell me if that's the right dude. I think he with DN from I think he from Western Michigan. Okay, yeah, Western Michigan. Where would you pick him up at? 4th rounder? 3rd rounder? We don't got a 3rd rounder. I gotta stop saying that 3rd rounder shit. I'm killing myself with that 3rd rounder. What would you pick him up at? I haven't got deep into his tape, but I have watched some tape since we traded Reddick. I just been kind of scrolling around trying to take a look at all the DNs because I know at some point in this draft, the Philadelphia Eagles have to address DN. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, about fourth round. Yeah, I think that's a good spot for him. Fourth. I'm gonna look at some more tape, Dooms. So if you back here next week, man, I'm gonna have some more tape. I'm gonna have some more analysis on them. But I haven't looked at a lot. I did see maybe I say I maybe watched 10 or 15 minutes of him play. And you don't really like highlights, so I had watched the game, but he wasn't bad. He was able to get in and out. I think he would be great in rotation, especially if he has to be the fourth or the fifth guy in the rotation. He coming in fresh. I like Fashanu, but I think Fashanu a guard, right? I think no, it's the one from Washington is the guard. Fashanu is the tackle, right? It's so many people. Yeah. I'm right. So Fashanu is the tackle, and the one from what's it called is the guard because of the short arms. Atlanta, you know a lot of the college tackles, right? They play tackle in college, but when they come to the NFL, wingspan and all that plays in a factor, and a lot of them get like Peter Skoronski. You know, he played guard last year, but he came in as a tackle. They just get moved. I think Fashanu has the short arms. I'm not for sure, but I like the guy from Washington. I like Fashanu from Penn State. I like obviously he's gonna be out of our reach. Joe Alt would have been nasty. Philadelphia Eagles with Jeff Stoutland. Joe Alt would have been Hall of Famer, but Fashanu is good, man. I think he fits what Jeff Stoutland likes too. You know what I'm saying? He's a bigger guy, can move, can play inside or outside. He has the ability to, be a mauler, and he gives his lane, pave the lane Johnson, kind of what he was asking for last year. He wants somebody a little bit bigger, a little bit able to, help him out. So I would if we go and tackle, man, I'm not big on going tackle in the first right now because I don't know how many more years Lane gonna be here, and I don't think we necessarily need a tackle in the first. But if we can get a tackle that can play guard in the second, and he's ready to play, you can get somebody like Montanu or something like that, Fuaga, somebody like that. I think that would be a situation where, but if Howie Roseman trades up and somehow pulls one of the top offensive linemen out of this draft, I'm not gonna complain. Not gonna complain because we obviously need offensive line help. We need depth. We need replacements. We obviously have a hole at right guard. So if you somehow trade up, you get one of these top guys, you bring them in, they playing right guard next year until Lane leaves, and then they playing right tackle or however you work that situation out. I'm not gonna be upset at it, but I don't know if right guard is a dire need, seeing that last year we did spend a third rounder on Tyler Steen. I think he'd need – listen, I think 1, 2, 3 rounds, I think those guys need to get an opportunity to get on the field because if I draft you in the third round, that's type of compensation where I'm upset for giving it up for Kenny Pickett. So at that point, I want to see. Yeah, now Jigga. Now, yeah, I'm be upset. I need both of them. I need 50 and 53. The only way you can use 50 or 53 is if you moving up in the second round to go get Cooper. That's the only way we need to come up off that. Yeah, hey man, listen, you can give up a fifth, sixth, something, move up a couple spots, whatever. Don't give up no more cap for this year. We can't give up no more draft cap for this year. That's dead. We need to draft everything we can. The only way, don't move up for that. Nah, I'm gonna be upset with that. I'm gonna be upset with that because I need 50 and 53 to execute the plan. Because you already gave up 97. You already gave up 97 for a dude that's possibly on my soul. I hope never plays it down on this team. So I'm sick with that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Jigga. Yeah. Give him the 2026 second this year. This year, and let us move up. We'll go get somebody. But I don't know if Howie gonna sit still I don't know what he's gonna do. I don't know what his opportunity of where he wants to go. You know what I'm saying? What I was gonna say, his opportune time is gonna be. I don't know what his opportune time is gonna be, right? Or what section of the draft he can possibly move to. But I'm hoping that we execute the draft for it. You know what I'm saying? Come out of this drive with a few pieces that can execute day one, can be on the starting lines, can be on the front lines, and can make a significant effort to be a part of this team and bring some type of benefit. Howie Roseman, I, I almost want to write a letter to Howie Roseman about getting rid of James Bradbury because it don't seem like it's enough. It's enough on the forefront for him to be gone. But if James Bradbury is a part of Philadelphia Eagles, like anybody else, man, I'm gonna have to sit back and let him play football if he's on the field because I cheer for the front of the jersey, not the back of the jersey. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, I just don't know, man. I'm confused, to be honest. I'm confused. Like with that being said, like I'm just like confused because I thought Maddox, Bradbury, gone for sure. Exactly, Jigga. And for whatever reason, he is holding on to James Bradbury. And I want to see what it is. I'm not 100% confused about why he's still here. I think that him and Vic had some type of relationship when Vic was here in 2022 on the run to the Super Bowl. They probably had some type of connection where he helped Bradbury out. He probably feels he can hide James Bradbury in this defense, and he can help James Bradbury execute at a Pro Bowl level again, at an All Pro level again. Am I against him being here? I'm like 75% against it, right? But what can I do as a Philadelphia Eagle fan? I could cheer on the team. I could cheer on the success of the team. I want to see my team win. So if James Bradbury is going to be on the field or be on the team, what can I do? Not much. But I don't think one thing is two things can be true, right? Vic Fangio obviously can still like Bradbury, right? But in the same, James Bradbury can have not be the same player he was in 2022. You know what I'm saying? He was here. Vic Fangio was here. He's seen something in 2022 that he's holding on to. He's hoping he gets to see it again, right? But what happens when you see the same Bradbury you seen in 23 and 24? And then you're looking at, oh, well, Vic Fangio ain't gonna play that. Vic Fangio will bench that man, put him down on the bench, man, and have him sitting. So I'm cool with that, man. We just Atlanta. My boy Philly 500 said best, man. It's how we visit. We just living in it. I just don't know, man. It feels like this year of all years, it don't feel the same. Like it felt good to get Saquon, like it felt good to get CJ back. But then when you look at the outlook of the team after Hassan Reddick leaves, it's like a void right there at the D end. And if y'all heard me a few months ago when we was talking about it, me and DV, I was like, man, I kind of don't want to move off of Hassan Reddick if we don't have a for sure plan at the end. We're gonna find out. Bryce Huff, Nolan Smith, Josh Sweat. Yeah, I'm gonna play a big role, man. Because y'all are the future of the Philadelphia Eagles. Y'all are the guys going forward. I think if anybody else, I could be wrong. I think Josh Sweat, if he doesn't fit into the scheme early, I think he could be the man that's looking at the bottom of the rotation. Because if you look at it, if you really look deep, right, who's on contract the next few years on this team? It's Nolan Smith and Bryce Huff. They're the only two guys that are paid after the 2024-2025 season. So I think we're gonna get an opportunity to really see what we got on this defensive line, what we got on this defensive end. I want to see what Isaiah Rodgers is bringing us. I want to see what CJ and Reed Blankenship can try to recreate in that safety room together. I want to see what Sidney Brown brings when he comes back. Like I think we are set to do some good things, but I think it's a few pieces need to get addressed. Linebacker, cornerback too, if we haven't addressed it yet. Or nickel, however you want to work that. I think right guard, tight end 2, running back 2. I think we got 5. That's the 5 for me. 5 needs that we need to address sometime before August for this team to be in a great spot. I think we can address the majority of those. I think we can address most of those in the draft. First, Jigga, you like Jared Verse? You know I'm a Florida State fan. I like Jared Verse. I think he dynamic, man. I think he a missile off the edge. I think he could bring some. You know what I'm saying? We've been looking for a minute, man. You know, I would like Jared Verse. I don't know what he gonna fall to though. It's hard to pick, man, because you want some guys, right? You want some guys inside this thing to be able to pull this off. But it's also like, do I want to go get a DN first rounder? Now I got to give him guaranteed snaps, or do I want to go get cornerback who I got a dude in Bradbury who kind of looked poor last year? I ain't gonna say he, you know what I'm saying, a lot of things about him, but I can solidify my cornerback 2. Do I get offensive line, solidify my right guard? Like, it's a lot of positions you can go to. It's, for me, it's only 3 positions at the first round that gives me questions that they battling with, right, Jigga? DN, cornerback, offensive lineman. I think right now that's the pull and take of it all, of the argument. Hey, this guy, that guy, this guy, that guy. And it's like a 3-way argument between where do we go and what is the best move. The best move. Like, at the end of the day, I don't care who you bring to the team. It's the best move. I think it's a 3-way argument right now. I think offensive line, defensive line, obviously more in the strategical way the Philadelphia Eagles move. It seems like the move we would make. It kind of sits right there on the board of what Howie Roseman and his staff have been known for doing. We take offensive linemen, we take defensive linemen, we build trenches out. The cornerback move for me is kind of battling with me, because I think if we solidify the cornerback room, we come in with a decent linebacker, possibly even get maybe even DN somewhere in that second round or whatever. It's a situation for me where we can definitely be in a great position, right? So I'm not sure what the move is, but I think that's the 3. I think that's the 3 for the first round. I think that's what you're fighting with. But I think moving up or moving back is kind of the argument also. Like, do we move up to go get our guy if he's sitting there, which Howie Roseman is known for doing? Howie Roseman does not mind moving around, but do we have the capital, to continue reaching in our pocket? As Jigga said, giving up 50 or 53 to move up to get a guy is devastating, because we need all the quality picks we can get. You know what I'm saying? We need all the quality picks we can get. And I think in the first round, I think Jared Verse is a great pick, Jigga. I still want cornerback, but if we get Jared Verse, you wouldn't hear an argument out of me. We still can probably get, a Max Melton or Cam Hart, it's a few other nice nickel cornerbacks you could bring in on this team, and they still can produce. I got to remember my mental state sometimes, that we don't have the same staff we had last year that failed us in coaching our guys up. So it's possible Eli Ricks or Ringo possibly could be the guys. I seen Ringo working out. I seen a few guys getting ready, man. I think a lot of the guys that watched the team fail last year are taking this next season upcoming very serious. They're taking it very personal to the heart, and that's how you should take it. That's how it should feel. You should feel embarrassed. You should feel disrespected. You should feel like this next season is prove it all, because people are talking crazy, right? I heard somebody today like, hey man, I'm pretty sure like in the next 2 years or so, Philadelphia Eagles are gonna be trying to move off Jalen Hurts. And I was just like, why would you think the Philadelphia Eagles would want to move off Jalen Hurts. He was like, man, I don't think he's gonna get it done. And I wanted to rebuttal, but my rebuttal would have been, Jalen Hurts wasn't the problem. And I don't like making excuses. I don't feel comfortable having to make excuses for the Philadelphia Eagles because the Philadelphia Eagles shouldn't leave me in a predicament where we're making excuses, right? So I was just listening, and he was just like, yeah, man, I think, they're going to find a way to move off the contract, even though I knew dude didn't know anything about the contract for Jalen Hurts. I knew he didn't know the no trade clause. I knew he didn't know the cap hits. I knew he didn't know any of those things. So I just left him alone. You know what I'm saying? I let him talk. But I was thinking in my head, and I was just like, it's a situation where Jalen Hurts is definitely hearing the noise. He's definitely, I don't think he's feeling the pressure because I've never seen that on his face. I've never seen him, react any other type of way than calm. But I'm pretty sure he hears it. I'm hoping he's writing it down in his Rolodex. He just keeping it. And as the season goes, he just progressed. You know what I'm saying? Because fuel to the fire, man, is never a good thing. You know what I'm saying? When you got a guy like Jalen Hurts who's going to go out there and put it all on the field because he's taking it personal. I think what happened at the end of last season was a clash of the Titans, right? You had guys in the leadership roles clashing with guys in leadership roles, and then you had guys kind of not together. They wasn't locked in. So it was a situation like, look at this. Like, how do you think some of the leaders felt after the San Francisco game? It's probably a clash. It's probably not nice in that locker room after you get beat 42-19. You get ran down on like that. You know what I'm saying? You get embarrassed before the game started in warm-ups when you let one of your teammates kind of get ran. And it was like a clash. People just started like going at it. People wanted to be this. People want, you know what I'm saying? And when it gets like that, when people are biting at each other's heads, it gets to a point where it's so tension. It's so much tension in the room you almost can't breathe. And I'm not saying in literal terms, but it gets to the point where you almost can feel like people feeling upset, and it might drive you to play bad. But I think this year all that's cleared out. I think all that's a fresh start. I think we back to some new things. I think a lot of people don't look at this season as a rewrite of history. And I think, to be honest, right, Super Bowl hangover real. It's a part of it too. Like, yeah, it went left and went sour, but I think the Super Bowl hangover had a little part of that too. Like, we fell too hard, man. We went 10-1. I thought the world was sunshines and candy corns, and then we went 11-6. I don't understand it. But I think we're gonna cook back this year, man. I think it's gonna be a wonderful sight to see. I think I definitely going to a few games. Dallas game, I'll be there. I'm trying to go to the Tampa game. I want to go to the Baltimore game. And that's about it. That's probably it. That's about 3 right there. I don't know if the Brazil game is in my budget. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to go crazy. It's a long season. I want to go to a lot more games. If I go to that Brazil game, I'm probably not going to anything else. Because that's a once-in-a-lifetime type of move, man. I want to go out there and enjoy myself if I do it. So I hope we win. I know tonight we're supposed to find out, right? Sometime tonight we're supposed to find out who we play. If it hasn't already been released, let me check, make sure. Before I get up out of here, let me check, make sure ain't nothing popped off. All right, it ain't been announced yet who we playing. I just wanted to see if they had announced it. But I know they announced it today, man. Oh, also, I just realized again, hey man, happy birthday to BG, man. 55, man. We was talking about him a lot today. The impact he gonna bring to the game, the impact we gonna need him to instill in these young guys. But I know I think it's today, right, Atlanta? Probably gonna be later. But it's gonna be a long season, man. But y'all know Smitty gonna be here, man. So Saturday, tap in, check down. You know, we're gonna be live. I think it's still at noon this week. We got two new hosts, actually. So this is gonna be the first show with a full new roster. Me and J Mix still live, man. We got 2 new people, man. Hope y'all come out and support. Y'all always support anyways, but come out, man. Show the Eagles got, man. We got another NFC East member. Well, actually, both of the members are NFC. One NFC East, one NFC South. It's gonna be popping, man. We're gonna have a good time. Saturday noon, the check down. Sunday, me and Cool Cat, we back at it. You know, we back at it. Broad Street Aftermath. Monday, you know where we at. We Birds of Broad Street, and then Wednesday, 7 p.m. Every Wednesday, we always right here, man. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, look, I appreciate all y'all, man. I'll be back next week. Hopefully, we get something to keep us rolling, man. Because you know it's been a little dry with the media, but y'all always keep y'all head up, man. It's always fly Eagles fly. It's always go Birds. Like, comment, subscribe, and look, share it to somebody, man. Give it to another Philadelphia Eagle fan so they can come out, man, and pop out with it. I don't know what it is. Until next time.
Yo, what's going on, everybody, man? It's your boy King DV, and I'm with my co-host Smitty. What's going on, bro?
Man, it's love, man.
Time for A.J. Brown. Michael Carter the second.
They don't know Jalen Hurts like we know Jalen Hurts. They
was hanging on to Jalen Hurts.
Until next time, man, y'all know what it is.